never say I love you to a woman unless she says it first. And even then, you may not want to say it back. It's really your call. It's really up to you. However, the number one thing you never, ever, 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 ever want to do, I want to emphasize that, is ever tell a woman that you love her before she's said that to you, okay? Never do it, guys. Just never do it. Because if she is not at the point of enough attraction in you to say it to you, to say she loves you, or I'm falling in love with you, or I think I've fallen in love with you, same thing, good enough, right? If she's not at that point, don't say it, because she's probably not at that point, right? And if you do say something like that, it's going to put a lot of pressure on her, you know, and not good pressure. It's going to be like negative pressure, like, oh my gosh, this guy's telling me he loves me, and he's going a little, he's starting to move a little too fast for me, right? But it always ends badly when you are telling the girl you love her first. And say she ends up saying I love you after you do, it's still no good. Because say you stay together for a few years or many years, right? That will always be in her mind that you said it first, and then she reciprocated it. You know what I'm saying? And you might think, oh, what's wrong with that, right? You love a girl, you tell her you love her. You know, a lot of things are wrong with that, right? Especially when things go awry. Especially when, you know, if things ever start to go south. And especially for you maintaining that value in her mind, so you want to stay with her, maintaining that value and respect in her mind for the next 60, 70 years you're going to be together, right? Because that is very difficult to maintain, like in a marriage. It's that respect and that value that your girl has for you for the next half a century. That's very difficult, right? But it starts with these little things. Like, oh, he wasn't the one who said I love you. I said it to him, right? It's me chasing him. Because just by the mere fact that she is the one who was pursuing you places your value up here in her mind at all times. And that type of value will last for decades. And the problem is, it's a lot of these blue pill guys who are like, I love you, I love you, I love you, you know, and all this stuff. And then the chick ends up marrying the guy because she feels sorry for him, that have all sorts of problems in their relationship, all sorts of chaos. Chick is constantly acting out. The chick is constantly emasculating him, shaming him, and the guy's constantly just hanging on by a thread, like, please don't leave me, please don't leave me, please don't leave me, you know, and all this because it was set up improperly from the beginning. And I see this with all these relationships that go south later on, right? They were set up improperly from the beginning. What do I mean by improperly? I mean by you as a man not establishing your value with the girl, not letting her know and feel that she is the one who is winning by being with you and not the other way around. It's not you winning because you're with her. She is winning because she's got you. And she needs to remember that. She needs to be reminded of that from time to time, right? And a lot of it starts with things like this, right? The fact that you didn't say I love you first, right? You made her work for it, right? And that's how you should be in your relationship, right? The girl has to work for you to a certain degree, right? She has to feel like she's putting in some effort, you know, some time, some investment, even some money into like being with you, to feel that she's winning, to place value on you, right? But it's these putzes who don't value themselves, and they don't communicate any of that to the girl, and they're just, you know, essentially, you know, like these beggars, like begging the girl to love them, begging the girl to stay with them, begging the girl to marry them. That these guys have terrible, unhappy relationships. It's not only unhappy and miserable for him, but it's unhappy and miserable for the girl because she feels she's with a complete schmuck. And she is, right? Because he didn't have any of this training. He didn't watch any red pill content. He wasn't subscribed to 33 Secrets or Alpha Secrets TV. And he shot himself in the foot. And now he's having to live out this very like low value, low level, lower consciousness relationship with this woman who is just essentially terrorizing him, right? You ever see these guys who are just look like they're just these beaten dogs in the relationship, and their women are just constantly terrorizing him, and you might think to yourself, like, he's a good guy, he's a nice guy, what is she doing? It's because she has no respect for him, right? It's because instinctively she wants to annihilate him. She wants to weed out his seed so he doesn't reproduce out there and create more weak beta males. That's why these women get very nasty towards guys who are just too soft, right? And it all starts with things like this, right? When it comes to saying I love you, I mean, that's just a very big thing. It's almost up there with it's up there with like having sex with somebody, obviously, right? I mean, it's just one of those things that it needs to be said under the right circumstances. Like, personally for me, I never say I love you. I just don't say it, man. I don't want the responsibility of that. Like telling a person like, I love you. I don't want the responsibility of that. At least not now. I mean, maybe in the future, if I'm like with a cool chick and she says it first and I'm feeling it and I feel like, I want to go the distance with her, I might say it at some point. But even then, I'm going to say it sparingly, right? I'm not one of these dudes that will say I love you like every morning and every good night, every text, every afternoon text, hey, I'm thinking of you, I love you. You know what I mean? It's just not something that I would do. Even if I had kids, I wouldn't be texting them I love you all day long and night. It's just not my personality, right? But it also goes with the fact that I don't cry. I'm not very emotional. I don't know, it's weird, but my brothers are. I mean, so it's not like, oh, your dad was this, rock hard son of a bitch. Yeah, because some haters have said that. I'm like, no, my brothers are pretty, they cry. I just don't. I'm just not built that way. It's just not who I am. And again, I mean, like when my dog Cash passed away recently, like a month ago, that was the first time I cried in probably 15 years. And I almost forgot how to cry. I was like, when all the emotion was coming out, and I was crying because his doctor was crying, and he got me crying. Had I not seen his doctor choke up, I probably wouldn't have cried, but his doctor was even choking up, and I'm like, I think that was just like when it finally set in after 18 years with him that, oh my God, this is happening. And, even now, think about it, I have to watch myself because I have cried like a few more times throughout the last few weeks, just randomly. I was at a dog park with Gizmo where I used to take both of them together, and I realized I hadn't been at that dog park since before Cash passed, and it hit me, and I was like, but yeah, outside of that, like losing an animal or a family member, I just don't cry. I just don't cry. I mean, life is good. I almost feel like by crying, I would be communicating to to God, the universe, the world, that I'm not grateful for what I have when I am, right? I mean, I have a Lamborghini. What do I have to cry about? It's just like, even before I had this car, I was homeless, living in my Jeep. I had my Cash and Gizmo. I was so happy. And I was even watching some of those videos recently, and I was like, man, I didn't even have any money. I was happy. And that truly is life right there. It's just like, regardless, you're just happy. You're just happy. Totally got off track here. But anyway, the topic of this coaching video is never say I love you to the girl first. You just shouldn't do it. And you need to get her to the point where she says it to you. And if she's not there yet, it's just not time. A lot of guys just get too overzealous and they jump the gun, and it's like, I have to tell her how I feel. No, you don't. Okay? Instead, you know what you got to do? You got to man up. You got to put in the work. Get her attraction to the level to where she wants to say that to you. She's dying to tell you how much she loves you. That's what you want to do, right? You want to get her so attracted to you where she cannot help herself but say, I love you, right? Not the other way around. Because whenever I hear a guy telling a girl I love you for the first time, it's because he's reaching. It's because he wants that. He needs that reciprocation. He needs to hear it from her. Right? And when you do that, it sends a message to the girl that you're not in abundance, right? That you're in scarcity. It always communicates the wrong things to the girl. Okay, it always demonstrates low value, which is not what you want to demonstrate. You want to demonstrate high value. And the way you do that is by staying in control of yourself, right? The fact that she probably thinks like he probably wants to say this to me, but he's not. He has self-control. You know, self-control in her mind equals self-discipline, equals masculinity, equals abundance, equals maturity. All the right things. Never say I love you. So with that said, drop your comments below, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. So until next time, this is Matt Cross from AlphaMaleSecrets, signing out from my garage, here with my DeLorean. No bookshelves yet, guys, no bookshelves. But I'm going to sign out here. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Obviously, helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. I need your help to help me promote this stuff by subscribing to my channel. Okay, it's free, doesn't cost anything. Hit that subscribe button, baby. Do it. Do it now, son. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content, specifically for men, even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube, and that is to protect my content from YouTube in the event they shut us down one day, which they might, right? But if you're one of my premium subscribers on my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel, you will always have access to all of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets content. And right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium Alpha Male content from me. So take advantage of it, okay? Take advantage of it. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.